Lalo here. Guys, tonight we'll be doing a Spanish dish called cocimiento. It is a dish that is cooked throughout Spain in different areas with different vegetables and meats. Some Spanish people say that it is their national dish, some argue that it's the paella. No matter what, it is a beautiful dish to taste, very hearty. It is cooked in one pot over a slow cooking and infuses all the flavors of different meats like what we'll be using tonight: chorizo, chicken and bacon. You can use prosciutto or Spanish ham if you like. We'll be mixing that with potatoes, zucchini, celery, carrots and leeks with some chickpeas. As far as our condiments are concerned, our usual oregano and paprika, and tonight we'll be using Spanish condiments, saffron. So we're ready to go. To start with, we got to cut our meats. First, let's chop our chorizo into nice small slices. One chorizo is all I need for a dish that will feed 2-3 people. Remember, we're using different meats, so we want to try and keep it as even size as possible. And we will be cooking this with our chicken and our bacon. I try and keep all the pieces about the same size. With the bacon, I try and keep as much of the fat, so get some of the bacon with rind. That'll melt in while you're cooking at it, and will blend in the flavors with the chorizo and the chicken. Will give you a little bit of extra flavor. And if you're using prosciutto, obviously it's a little bit drier, so you might have to add a little bit more oil to the pan. Now with the chicken, I like using both red chicken meat and also white meat. So some people like the breast more than the leg. I prefer the leg than the breast. It seems to be a little bit more juicier, not as dry. Remember, it is a slow cooking dish, so your chicken breast will tend to dry up a little bit. So I like to combine the two, and that way you don't get just dry chicken breast. Again, try and keep it to about the same size, bite size. It just helps with the cooking. Same with the breast. Once we've got all that cut into nice little pieces, we can then start our sofrito and start adding our chicken and the rest of our ingredients. Now be careful with your fingers, you don't want to have any accidents. A little bit of extra flavour. Now, it never happened to me, so I'm very careful. So we will now put this together and we'll start our sofrito. So we're ready to start cooking, and like always we start with the sofrito, which, as you know, is just my holy trinity: the garlic, the onion and the capsicum. We get the temperature up, get the oil up, and we add our oregano, an ample amount. We have our paprika, again an ample amount. I don't really measure, I probably look at about half a teaspoon to a teaspoon. You get used to it with your flavors, it's what you prefer. Same with the salt, it's how you prefer it. I look at about half a teaspoon of salt. Remember, the bacon and the chorizo do have a bit of saltiness, so go easy on the salt. Once we get the heat going and we get the flavors infused with our condiments, and as soon as that starts sizzling, we will add our onion, garlic and capsicum. I can hear it now. So we'll add our holy trinity. And as I mentioned before, most dishes that I cook always start the same way. It is a very traditional flavouring, very tasty. Make sure we cook it until the onions are translucent and the capsicum is soft. Okay, so we've got our sofrito going nicely, as you can see. And we stir until we make sure that the onion is translucent and the capsicum is gone a little bit softer, and we add our other ingredients, which will now be the meats. So we start with our chorizo, our bacon and our chicken. We need to brown these dishes. Okay, so we're now browning our meat with our original sofrito. Make sure that we get that nice caramelizing on the meat, get the flavors mixing and infused. Now, you know, in South America and in Peru, Chile, Bolivia, the Incas would use different kinds of meats. I mean, you know, some people sort of turn their nose up at a few different meats that the Incas would have used, things like the llama or the guinea pig. They were just the sort of animals that were available to them. This was the meats that they would have used in similar type dishes, combined potatoes, pumpkin and corn and beans. Obviously in Europe they have the pork, beef, chicken and other animals, and they were the animals the meats that they were using in their dishes. So you can still do the same sort of dish with different meats. Guys, now that the meat has been browned, we can start adding the other ingredients. First, we'll add about a teaspoon of saffron. That'll give it nice color and special flavor, and the Spanish twist to the dish. Make sure we stir that one in properly. Nice, even. Get those flavors going. Next, we'll add our carrots. Our chickpeas. Give that a nice stir. So now it is ready for our potatoes. Now some people like to use baby potatoes, little baby red potatoes, and they're nice as well. As you can see, it's a nice mixture of vegetables, meats and legume. And the smell is just wonderful coming out of this. Again, I wish you guys had smell-o-vision. Seriously. Just if it tastes half as good as it smells, guys, it's going to be an awesome dish. So now we top it up with our stock. Chicken stock is good. Obviously we've got chicken in there, so use about a litre of chicken stock. We need it to stew slowly, and when it's about 3/4 cooked, we'll add our celery, our zucchini and our leek. So we'll add the chicken stock, and a good litre will do. Make sure it covers it right up. That means all the vegetables and the meats will cook properly. So make sure we bring it to a boil, put the lid on and put it on simmer. Probably about 20 minutes, I would say, before we add the other ingredients. Guys, well, it's probably been about 20 minutes and it's been simmering away. Potatoes are probably half cooked now, so we can add the other ingredients. So we'll add the leeks, finely sliced so they can cook quickly. Give you a nice flavour. We add the celery, again sliced finely, and our zucchini. So basically, guys, that's it. We now leave it for probably another 20 minutes, slow cooking, simmering until our vegetables are properly cooked, and we are ready to serve. Right, well, it's been another 20 minutes and this dish is cooked. So we're just going to plate it up You can see the beautiful colour from the saffron, the meats, the potatoes, the chickpeas, the zucchinis, the celery, the chicken, and then of course the chorizo. And guys, that's cocimiento. It is healthy, it is wonderful, tastes great, and guys, salud and provecho.